Yeah, Gabby signed up for a 6-month vocal coaching with me. And so because she only lives, 3 or 4 hours away, we decided that she could come for a weekend, power weekend. She said, "Oh, I would love that." And because I have a little more time because of Corona, I said, "Okay, come on." Gabby is really a fantastic woman, as you have seen. She's so much fun. And we just sort of clicked together. So she came on Friday evening, and we decided to take 6 of those hours from her 6-month package and use it just for the live training. And it worked out perfectly because now I've met her in person. This is the first time I met her. We only saw each other online when she was taking part in my 4-week course. And it's just amazing how much I can see how she's developed within those 6 hours, It's just amazing. Yeah, I always start with the breathing technique because this is where people have the biggest problems. Because if they're only breathing up to here, they'll never be able to sing properly. So the basis of singing is singing from your diaphragm. And it's to expand your stomach. You don't want to you don't want to breathe in. We want to expand and to use this technique, which is using your breathing reflexes. When the diaphragm comes together, it's like a reflex when you touch a stove. This is the reflex that makes your sound, because you pick it up immediately with your vocal cords, with the breathing reflex, and you let it just flow out, like as if there's a trampoline down here, right? And that makes the sound go by the vocal cords without stressing it, and gets the sound outside. And that's why we concentrate on these 3 areas of vocal technique, which is the breathing, you picking up the sound from the vocal cords, and forming the words with your articulation, with your mouth. So that's what I concentrate most of the time, and I have all kinds of exercises to get this, make it clear for her how important it is. And she really developed within those 6 hours. I was actually very much amazed because when she came, she was singing mostly in her head voice, and she was always, she was having a conflict with her voice because she was coming down in the chest area and was still in her head voice, which didn't work, right? So we concentrated also, that's the next point to work on, is using her chest voice. So once you have control, you really know how to use your chest voice, then you can start to mix them. This is really important for all singers, whether it's a jazz singer, a blues singer, a pop singer, is to be able to mix your different registers, which we as women, we have a big problem because we have to sing within one sentence. We have to change our register all the time. And so it's really necessary to learn how to make a smooth movement from the chest voice to the mixed voice to the head voice and back to the chest voice so that we have a nice smooth sound. First of all, Gabi is a person who's not afraid to make mistakes. And that is really one of the most important things when you're learning how to sing, because most of the people who come into my course, they are so full of fear, right? They're afraid of being criticized. They're afraid of not being good enough. They're afraid of being ridiculed. They're afraid of making a fool of themselves, right? And I tell my students, you've got to forget it. Just, don't try to be perfect. Make an imperfect action. We say in German, mach die Haare aus dir, right? Just play with it. Have fun, right? That's the most important thing, is getting away from your own self. So this is something I didn't even have to try with Gabi because she's already on a different, she's already on a personal, we talked about this a lot on the weekend, about her personal development of becoming a free person, independent of what the society says. At this age you're supposed to do this, and at that age you do that, and you're not supposed to do this. She's freeing herself from all of these societal pressures. And I noticed how she's really on that path. So it was really easy for me to make some real strong development on this weekend. Gabby is already a very free, loving, fun person, so she doesn't have to learn to do that. And what I noticed was that it's really, really important for her when she goes home to keep practicing. I mean, without practice, you're not going to you're not going to go anywhere. And this is something that a lot of singers, they don't like to do the exercises, but these exercises are important to strengthen your vocal cords, right? You want to strengthen those vocal cords because before they are trained, they're small. It's like when you go to the fitness studio, when you it's a muscle. So if you don't strengthen that muscle, it's not going to get nice and big and fat and long and whatever, right? So this is what we want to do. You've got to practice. She has to practice. And I suggest if she wants to, now we've already talked about her, she doesn't have a band, but I said, you are going to go on stage. You are going to, make your own band. Who would you like to have in your band? You are now going to get a folder, and you're going to make an order of all the songs that you can sing. You're going to make your key. Find out what your key is, because she is a person who doesn't read notes, but you don't have to read notes to become a good singer. But you do have to be prepared. So when she goes out and she wants to become maybe she can even earn money with it, right? Maybe she can, be a semi-professional singer. I can see this with Gabby because she's got that will. She's full of passion. You see it when she's smiling. She's got, the sun goes out when she speaks. She's such a happy person, and she's so full of love for the music, and she really wants to do this, and that's really important, right? You can just say, oh, I'd like to sing, but I don't know, but she's not. She's got this passion. She's ready to go forward, and so she's got to prepare herself. She's got to make a program of what song she's going to sing, get the keys, learn them off by heart. And I suggested to her for her to get a small PA system. There's small ones, right? Where she can get a microphone and she can sing. She's blue in the face. She can practice, and it's much more fun when you have a microphone and you can hear your voice. So I always suggest that to all my students, to get a little PA system. And then the next thing would be to start thinking where she could get little gigs, right? In the beginning, a singer doesn't become professional and decide, oh, now I'm going to be a profi. They start small. She's going to start by performing in family things. She's going to work all around the corner in the other coffee shop. And so that's how she starts. And people are going to say, oh, did you hear about Gabby Cross? She's really good. And she will get suggested from other people. So that is what she should do when she goes home. And I'm sure she will, because we still have another 5 months of private coaching, vocal coaching, right? She won't be here live, but we're doing it online, and it's really working very well. We do a Zoom calls, and I can do everything with her on a Zoom call. I can see her, she can see me, I can hear her. She has her playbacks. We can work as if. Of course, it's nicer to see each other live, no doubt. But in this time of Corona, it's shown me as a vocal coach, I've been teaching for over 35 years, that it's possible, and it's really fine. It really works out well to also take lessons online. So we had a great weekend. We went to La Diva twice. And we had the first night. We had a nice couple of drinks, 2 bottles of wine. I was a little bit the next day, and we've taken some nice walks on the Kaiserberg, and we went to the Regattabahn, and so we have a lot of discussions about singing, just in the private area, what makes a good singer. Some singers you listen and you're touched, your heart is touched. And other singers you listen to, you don't feel anything. They're just got technique. And we talked a lot about singing in general. And I think that also brought a lot for her, just to ask me all kinds of questions. And I showed her videos, look at the way the singer's singing. And, did you notice they're singing in the chest voice? Because a lot of singers aren't aware, that where do I sing? Which register do I sing? So we had a great time. We had so much fun, and it was a great weekend.